Hi folks, and welcome to In the Kitchen with Pete. Quite happy to be back here in my kitchen in Florida, and I plan on doing some beach cooking, so keep an eye open for some future episodes. But today we're doing an old favorite, meatloaf. I love meatloaf. I've put together this recipe over the past couple of years. It's guaranteed to be moist and delicious. You're gonna love it. Let's get cooking. In a bowl, we're going to add 1 slice of bread, nicely cubed up, and then we'll add 1 egg. And to that, we'll add 1/3 a cup of half and half cream. And 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Mix that all up real well, and we'll set it aside for about 5 or 10 minutes. Now that the bread has absorbed all those liquids, using a fork, mix it up well until it's smooth. Now we'll add 2 tablespoons of finely diced onions, and then we'll add 2 tablespoons of finely diced olives. Our next item delivers some great flavor: pickled banana pepper rings, finely diced, 2 tablespoons. You can purchase these either in hot or in mild. Then we'll add a half a cup of shredded Italian mixed cheese. And then it's some Cajun seasoning. I like Slap Ya Mama. You can find that at some grocery stores or online. We'll put in 1.5 teaspoons or to taste of our Cajun seasoning and mix well. Now we'll add 1 pound of lean ground beef. You have to mix this up real well, and I know you're going to think it's far too wet, but trust me, this is how you get that beautiful, moist meatloaf. Now, if you've made meatloaf prior to this, usually you'll roll up your meatloaf into the shape you want in your hands. Don't be intimidated because it's so wet. Just form it into a loaf right inside the bowl. That's how we're going to end up with a juicy, delicious meatloaf. Now, once you've formed it into a loaf, simply slide it into a greased cooking dish. As you can see, I've made a double batch here. I want to have some leftovers so I can make my favorite meatloaf sandwiches tomorrow. Now, for a little extra flavor, you can mix up some tomato paste, thin it out a little bit with water, or just simply use ketchup. And then we'll drizzle that along the top of our meatloaf before we get it into the oven. Now, I'm going to use an internal probe. That's the best way to cook meat. I'm going to set it at 157 degrees. I want it to ultimately go up to 160, which it will do after I remove it from the oven, cover it, and let it rest. Into the preheated oven, 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and it'll take about 50 minutes. It's at the 157 degrees Fahrenheit. Now it's time to let the meatloaf rest. This helps keep it nice and juicy inside. Put them on a plate, wrap them up in tinfoil, and then we'll let those rest before we cut into them for at least 10 minutes. Now, after the resting time, we'll place it onto a cutting board and slice it up into generous portions, 1 inch thick. And take a look inside. You can see how moist, how juicy each piece is. Look at that. Just lovely. Time to serve it up. Oh yeah, my mouth is watering. Well, that was another simple and delicious recipe. Meatloaf you can get so creative with, like any other recipe. If there's something you don't like, take it out. If there's something you want to add it in, make it your own. That's what makes cooking so enjoyable. Get creative. Well, don't forget to subscribe to my videos. I put one out every Monday. Hit that red subscribe button and you'll get notified. Well, now I'm going to try the goods. It's so moist. You cut through it, so moist. Oh. The olives and the banana peppers come through. The Cajun seasoning, you're gonna love it. Well, thanks for coming out and watching In the Kitchen with Pete. Until next time, see ya. Living life the way I do. Well, if you don't love me, baby, please don't pretend you do.